You always have something good for us, and this one, oh my gosh, what a crazy movie! This is a whole lot of fun to watch it just unfold, and you see where it's going, and you're going, oh no, but and most movies are not that fun to make, unfortunately, as
Yeah.
you've seen. But this one actually looked like it was, right?
Oh my God, it was a blast constantly every day. The EP James Clay's says that it was the best time of his life. It was like literally just sitting in Video Village laughing constantly of like, oh, did we get that? Oh my God, can we let's do it again. It was really, really fun. It's very rare. Everybody was so cohesive in working with Francis's vision to make the thing as funny and as perfect as it could be, and there was a lot of camaraderie. It's rare that that happens. It's a unicorn.
Yeah, absolutely. And was there a particular moment that stuck out to you, like a day or a scene or just something that was just like, oh, I'm always going to remember this?
There was a moment when, yes, there's a moment in the film where it's a vertigo shot. It's a Zolly, which is a very complicated technical shot where you have to be zooming out while dollying in, and it creates a change of perspective um, the background looks like it's moving further away or getting closer. It's a complicated thing because you also have to pull focus. It's many different things at once. And I was sitting out in Video Village with Francis's family, with Francis's parents, and it's all super slow mo. And we're trying to get this thing. Richard's pulling a gun, Jocelyn, Nick in the background. There's cigarette smoke. There's all this continuity stuff that has to get done. I probably shot it 25 times, but to have to reset and do it over and over again, to jumping up out of a booth, and to talk to Francis's parents, and they're like, "Why do you keep doing it? Looks fine." Last time I was like, "Nah, the focus was off on that one. Let's get playback." And like, I'm just an actor in the movie, but I'm just like sitting there. Francis is 50 yards away, and I'm having to explain to his parents why we are so insane to try and get this kind of thing. Like why it is so important for us to nail this thing because it will be really cool instead of just like abandoning it. It's like, oh, this thing didn't work. All right, let's just do a zoom. Let's just do a dolly. Whatever, it'll be fine. And instead to really like button it up and nail it was incredibly fulfilling. That was a pinnacle of the shoot of being technically astute and really driven to make sure that the thing was going to work because we're only on set once. We can't come back and shoot the thing. It's got to be perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and there's probably also what people don't realize is, as great as Richard is as being dark and like he's so much fun to be around, right?
He's the loveliest person ever. He and I actually really bonded. We like this documentarian Adam Curtis, and I turned him on to his new series Trauma Zone. And so he was just like watching it in his hotel room. We'd come back the next day and talk about the next episode. It was great.
Oh, that's great. Well, you've got so much going on. You got your own studio going. You've always got
Yeah.
movies going. You're writing. You're on all sides of things, and people look up to that and they go, see, this is the kind of career I want to have. So, what kind of words of wisdom or hope do you give to people that want to do what you do?
You don't want to be me, trust me. I would say I would say grow slowly. I think that's something that is not encouraged in Hollywood, but starting small, making short films that you can afford to make, um, making things that you can afford to fail at. A short film you shoot on a Saturday with your friends. Really try to perfect the short form and make something incredible that is perfect. Study movies, study the best short fiction, and then once you feel like you can't do it anymore, grow into features and make stuff. I think it's going to be a wonderful renaissance now of people being able to compete in the marketplace with not much money. I think the technology is getting there where you can get an inexpensive camera that looks pro. There's nothing stopping, somebody in Iowa in the middle of nowhere making something that could compete on the world stage. I would say lily pad. Do things that are slightly bigger every time, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, we talked last time about your Hail Mary moment because, my co-host is Drew Pearson and caught the Hail Mary. And of course, that Thunder Road was such a big Hail Mary for you. But I know that there are a series of Hail Marys. Has there been something in the last couple of years that it's just been like, wow, I just did it. I went for it.
Yeah, I mean, really, I've just been very lucky. So we take big risks in the writer's room for sure. Um, we try to make things that are very unsanitized. And then because of that, there is such an audience of perverts that are, or cinephiles is what you're supposed to call them these days. Um, because of that, they reward that kind of filmmaking. So I I feel like there isn't much risk. The risk is, oh no, we might get into some trouble with the powers that be. But that's what you should do as the court jester. You've got to be making stuff that pushes at boundaries. Um, so no, I feel like many of our Hail Marys of reaching out to people have only gone well. Like there are heroes of mine that have seen my work, or I'll reach out to, and they've already seen it. Like I reached out to Alfonso Cuarón, and I said, I heard from Bill Hader that you really like Thunder Road, my first feature, and he said, I like all your films. And then we become buddies. It's like I think the Hail Marys feel less crazy because you realize so often that once you get into making movies, we're all equal. Everybody who's making stuff that is big, that was a hero of yours, that you have there's such glitz and glamour from the outside, are just people that are craftsmen that love the tapestry of movies. It's like it's funny. It's I don't know. I feel like it's less risk and less reward, but I get to keep making stuff that make people laugh. So
Yeah.
that's what's most important.
Well, and you certainly have that drive, and you just keep going and always produce something good. But we talk about that success mindset that you have to have, whether you're feeling it or not. And as creative types are often hard on ourselves. Is there something you keep in mind
Yep.
that kind of keeps you on that right path, even when things are tough?
Yeah. I always say to myself that nobody's going to help you. Uh, that's the main thing. I wake up every morning and say that. I'm just saying, no one's going to help you make this thing. You are the only person that cares about this thing. And then eventually people come on and help. I'm very lucky now that I can post something on Twitter and say, hey, we're looking for a poster designer, and have 25 people reach out who are incredibly talented. Um, so I don't know. I feel like if you have less expectations, if you can make the movie that you can make right now, you'll never be made to feel less than. You'll never be made to feel inadequate. And so much of Hollywood is just selling your inadequacy to you so that you stay with them, like a bad first boyfriend. Uh, so yeah, no, I think really the best advice is just to, you know, act like a YouTuber, but make short films rather than tutorials. And like, there is a real marketplace for that.
It's well said. So with this one, I know that it's also very special because of the you get to show different sides of you. What was so appealing about doing this one? Was it just in the character, or who you were going to be with, or what was the decision on this one?
I really liked the idea of playing a coward. Uh, I really thought that I could bring something to that. There's a moment in the film where I hold a gun on people, two innocent people, because I'm trying to get out of Dodge. And then to threaten them, I put the gun in the air and fire it, but it clicks. There's no bullet in the chamber. And then I pull the gun down and I go, hold on, stay right there. And that was so funny to me about power dynamics, of like that he doesn't have any, he's not a threat anymore, but to still say stay right there. Like there was so many moments in that of like, oh, I could do that. I could come across as an idiot, as an absolute moron, and try to win the day. That was very interesting to me, to see something that conventionally would have been Paul Newman, but I get to do it like Jackie Chan being a goof, was very appealing to me.
Love it. Well, last thing, what are we going to see next from you? Because you always got something good coming up.
I don't know. We have a new short that's in Tribeca this year that's very good. It's called "Is Now a Good Time," about uh, me being a Marvel Disney rep, doing a Make a Wish Foundation request to a dying child to show off Captain America 4. It's a comedy. Spoiler alert: he dies. The movie's too long, and I'm traumatized by it, and I have to. It's really, really funny. So that's probably the next thing that people will see me in. And then we're gonna do an independent television series called The Screener that I'm working with my buddy PJ McCabe, and then Thomas Cross as a producer in our new company, Cool and Happy. And it's about a screener leaking from a talent agency and what happens after that, and all the power dynamics shifting. It's very funny.
I love it. Well, we can't wait to see that. But for now, we're going to tell everyone to check this out. It's so much fun. And thank you so much for being with us. More great answers and look forward to talking to you again sometime soon.
Likewise. Thank you. Take it easy.
Thank you. Okay, see you soon. Bye-bye.
Lovely guy.